Why do I feel so much, and yet say so little? Have you ever noticed this strange contradiction? You can read a room in seconds, sense tension before anyone speaks, and carry other people's emotions like they're your responsibility, but when it's your turn to talk about your feelings, your mind goes blank? Or maybe you're the opposite. You look calm, even strong, but inside you feel disconnected, like you're watching your life through a window. You handle problems. You stay productive. You don't need anyone. And yet, when someone offers real closeness, your body tenses. Your chest gets tight. You want to pull away, even if you want to stay. If any of that feels familiar, you're not broken. You may be experiencing what happens when someone grows up without consistent emotional support. Not a lack of food, not a lack of shelter, but a lack of emotional safety. And here's the key: the patterns you developed are not character flaws. They're intelligent adaptations your nervous system built to survive. Emotional support isn't parents being perfect. It's not constant praise or nonstop attention. It's something simpler and deeper. Someone notices your emotions. Someone takes them seriously. Someone helps you name them, regulate them, and move through them. Someone makes it safe to be human. When that support is missing, children still grow up. They still learn. They still function. But they often learn one powerful lesson early. My feelings are inconvenient or unsafe. So the child adapts. And the adaptation becomes a personality. When emotional support is inconsistent, kids often develop roles that keep the environment stable. Maybe you became the easy child, quiet, helpful, low maintenance. Not because you had no needs, but because having needs didn't feel safe. Maybe you became the high achiever, the one who performs, succeeds, and proves worth through results. Maybe you became the caretaker, the emotional translator of the family, always scanning for conflict, always soothing, always managing. Or maybe you became the invisible one, is staying small, staying out of the way, surviving through not being noticed. If you're listening and thinking, "Blee, MNDLitim," that's your nervous system recognizing an old map. And again, these aren't flaws. These are strategies. Let's connect the dots between childhood emotional neglect and adult psychology. 1. You overthink everything. You replay conversations. You analyze tone. You predict reactions. That's not being dramatic. That's a brain trained to search for safety through certainty. When emotions weren't explained to you, your mind tried to become the explanation. Transition. And when your mind becomes your safe place, your body often pays the price. 2. You struggle to relax. Even on good days, your system feels on edge. Rest feels undeserved or dangerous. Because in childhood, calm might have been temporary. Or calm might have meant you had to be prepared for the next mood shift. So your nervous system learned, stay alert. Stay ready. Transition. And that constant readiness affects how you connect with people. 3. You crave closeness, but fear it. You want intimacy. You want someone who understands you. But when someone gets close, you feel exposed. You worry you'll be too much or not enough. So you might avoid vulnerability. Joke your feelings away. Disappear when things get serious. Or attach too quickly and then panic. This isn't commitment issues. It's your nervous system trying to protect you from emotional pain it remembers. Transition. And one of the most painful results is what happens inside your identity. 4. You don't fully trust your own feelings. You second-guess yourself. Am I allowed to feel this? Is this real, or am I exaggerating? If nobody mirrored your emotions back to you, you may have learned to doubt your inner experience. That doubt can follow you into adulthood like a quiet shadow. Let's remove the accusation right now. If you grew up without emotional support, your nervous system likely learned that emotions create risk. So it built protective patterns such as shutting down feelings to stay functional, pleasing others to prevent conflict, staying hyper-independent to avoid disappointment, or becoming hyper-aware to predict danger. These are not bad traits. These are smart survival systems. Your brain did exactly what it was designed to do. It adapted to the environment. And here's the validating part. If you're watching this and thinking, blee, mndmhz belhisiderm, that's not weakness. That's recognition. A lot of people who lacked emotional support become impressive adults. They're responsible, mature, capable. But inside, they often feel emotionally tired, unseen, overly responsible for others, and strangely alone, even in relationships. Because they learned to earn connection through performance, not presence. They learned, I'll be loved if I'm useful. I'll be safe if I'm easy. I'll be accepted if I don't need too much. And that belief can shape everything. Friendships, dating, career, even self-worth. Healing doesn't mean blaming your parents forever. It doesn't mean rewriting the past. It means updating the nervous system in the present. Here are a few gentle beginnings. Name what you feel out loud. Even if it's awkward. I feel tense. I feel sad. I feel overwhelmed. Naming reduces internal chaos. Practice safe vulnerability. Start small. Share one honest sentence with someone trustworthy. Notice your old strategy. When you over-explain, shut down, or people please, pause and say, this is a protective response. Not my identity. Learn regulation skills. Breath, grounding, movement, journaling. Not as trends, but as nervous system training. And if you have access, working with a therapist can help you process what your body has been carrying for years. If you grew up without emotional support, you may have spent years thinking, something is wrong with me. But what if the truth is simpler? Nothing is wrong with you. Something happened to you. And your nervous system responded brilliantly. Now, as an adult, you're allowed to build a new response, one based on safety, connection, and self-trust. If this video described you, if you felt that blee, mndmhz belhisiderm moment right, I relate in the comments. And if you want more videos like this about emotional neglect, nervous system patterns, and healing without shame, subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear. You're not a problem. You're a survivor who can heal.